All right, and we are live tonight for the big announcement. It's a really special announcement, especially to me, because it's coming to my hometown. A lot of great people in this town, which is Peculiar and Harrisonville. And I actually this isn't our announcement, but we got another surprise guest wearing an amazing T-shirt. Beatrice Bupley, my
Hi.
my partner in crime on DK and the Bees Horror Buzz. It's been a minute, but we're heading to Scarefest in a few weeks and very excited about that. Look at that shirt. It looks great on you. It fits you perfect.
Right? Yeah, well, I'm not rocking the
I
sleeveless look
altered
yet, but
mine. I don't feel comfortable with sleeves, and I think that's been my problem for a while. So
okay.
yeah, I had to make changes in my life. So I changed from sleeves to no sleeves. And there's my mom, Marie, my
Hello,
sister,
hello,
my sister
guys.
Pam,
Hi,
and
guys. Yeah, see, I need the sleeves because I got this flabby old lady flabby arms. So,
yeah, my arms are skinny, so it offsets when the sleeves are off. It gives a good balance. It
okay.
gives a good balance. Um,
Yes, well, yeah, I see that you have somebody with good strong arms in our guest
we do, we
waiting room.
do, we do. I was just talking about it. It's really exciting for me because I was like, after Scarefest, I'm taking a rest. And then I went to the bank and I was doing some things. And in the bank, we started talking about scary stuff and Halloween, shockingly. And it got brought up that, I'm doing the Doomsday's Krypt thing and showed them some of the pictures. And they're like, oh, we're doing this thing in Peculiar, Peculiar, Missouri, which is a little bit north of me. I'm in Harrisonville. And I'm here like, all right, yeah, let me see. I got a long trip, and I'm thinking my mom's coming back, so I went back the next day. I'm like, and I might know somebody who could possibly come in. I knew you and Brett were booked, but I had somebody in mind. I figured I'd just ask out of the blue, and he happens to be free this weekend or that weekend, and we're gonna do some really fun, different, cool things.
Oh,
People who
wait.
don't like going to the city, it's a real small town I live in, so a lot of them don't go to the city too much, or we got a large special needs community where it's hard to bring them to a big convention in the city or whatnot. So we're going to bring a little fun here. And somebody you know very well and haven't really had a chance to meet in person, even though you were in the same movie.
I
I'm going to
know.
introduce him now, the big man himself, um, star of Nightmare on Elm Street 5 with our dear Beatrice Bupley, Super Freddy himself. And then also in The Hills Have Eyes remake 1 and 2. And also the very rarely seen but now loved kind of cult movie, the Fantastic Four from, I believe it was 94. You can correct me on this. Mr. Michael Bailey Smith. Welcome.
Hey, John and Beatrice, it's always great to see you. You're always beautiful as usual.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
How are you guys? Thank
Now,
you.
you guys barely missed each other because I was with Beatrice in Kansas City. And then the next month, I got to meet Michael in person at Denver and his amazing fiance, Paige, who is, I mean, they are so great together. I loved watching them all weekend. They're both the kindest, sweetest people. And for them and to come to this little town to come hang out with us. And I was shocked he was free, but we're going to do something really, really fun for Halloween in this area. And I can't thank you enough, Michael, for coming and doing this.
No, thank you. John, thanks for thinking about me. I appreciate it. Yeah, my son is playing college football, my older son. It's his last year. I have this saying, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And, I'm not going to probably see my son play football again after the season. He's going to go off and do something else that he's already has planned. And so he was in the military as a special operations Army Ranger, and he's going to go back to do something maybe similar or something a little bit different, but he's going to do that. And so I had every weekend's been busy, and then I was supposed to do the show with Beatrice in Boston, and I had to turn it down like about a few weeks beforehand. I went to my manager and said, I got to make a decision here. I get a chance to go to Notre Dame, watch my son play against Notre Dame in football. And, that's a pretty iconic stadium, and it was worth it. So it was really
You
great.
made the right choice, 100%.
Yeah,
You know,
I took my old
family is number one.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and those kind of moments, we're not going to get them back. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of shows, but not like you said. These are limited number of times you can watch your son. So
Yeah, agreed. And so then my son plays for Central Michigan, and so he's in the Mid American Conference. And strangely enough, into the beginning of November, end of November. I'm sorry, end of October, and through November, they switched to playing on Saturdays, playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and it's because of TV time. They get on at ESPN, and it's more money for them. And so he skips that weekend, the one that John suggested, and now we're so now we're doing it. We're doing something in his hometown. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me and Mike have been talking about Michael. I always call him Mike. I've got on the Mike level to calling him, but he'll probably strangle me at that level now too. But no, I think it's great what you're doing to come in and taking the time. And you're such a family man. And you come into town, I think people are really gonna love it. I think your fiance is really gonna love it. And I want to announce. I was kind of got distracted, but I got the message. The name of the festival on Saturday, and we're going to be planning a bunch of things, but this is an all-day festival, and we'll update people on the info with it. It's the Peculiar Harvest Moon Festival, and you can find it on Facebook. Let me just share it out real quick.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah,
Peculiar Harvest Festival.
It's I am so lucky to do what I do and live in this town because it's such an amazing town with amazing people in this area. Everybody kind of knows everybody. Everybody waves to each other. It's nice. I love it out here.
Yeah. Now tell us again, for those who've come in a little later, where is this taking place, you guys?
It's in Peculiar, Missouri. I'm ready to say Massachusetts, which I'm on my way to next weekend, and it's August 28th. Let me put it on the full screen here.
Yeah, October 28th.
October 28th, dear.
Yeah.
It's the weekend before Halloween. Let me pull this down. Sorry, losing track. All right, so it's the Harvest Moon Festival. It's in Peculiar, Missouri, and you can check them out on Facebook and find their page. They don't have a lot yet, but we're going to keep you updated as we go too. I'll be on the road a lot, so we'll be doing some updates on the road. We're going to bring Michael back on the show for sure. And as we're going, I know me and you have some shows to do leading up to Scarefest, and as well with me and Brett. So it's going to be a busy, fun month. We got a lot in the works, a lot planned. This has been kind of something that happened quick, and for you to do this again, I appreciate. But we got a lot of work to do. We're going to make it a lot of fun. The team's already excited about it. I informed everybody. So we got some cool Michael Bailey Smith merchandise coming, and
and I'm
apples and
I'm easy going. So I'll just go with the flow. So is Paige, and we'll just go and have fun and enjoy the people and meet some people. And you tell me what you need to do, and I'll do it. So yeah, it's all good stuff.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a family atmosphere, which I know you and Paige love. And I know that's big for you. And I think it's going to have that vibe. And I'm hoping it's something that, we could do every year and bring somebody in to kind of give back to the town, because it is a special town. It is a really tight-knit place. I mean, living here has been such a great change in my life. I lived in Florida, but it's like Florida, and nothing against Florida. I loved it at the time. Yeah. But as you're getting closer to 50, a nice town where everything's right there. Traffic's not too bad most of the time. And like I said, we have a large special needs community as well here. And
wait. Getting close to 50?
That's what we're saying. The same thing.
I turned 48 in April.
John, you're not even 50? Oh my God, you could be my son. Sorry, Marie.
Geez, Beatrice thought I looked much older.
No, I'm just kidding. But I didn't realize you were that young. That's all. I don't know.
Hey, I just qualified for Medicare.
I didn't realize you were that young. I just thought you were much
did you, Michael?
older.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm just teasing.
I'll be 66 in November 2nd, so about a month away. Yeah.
November 2nd. That's my son. Yeah. Oh God, I'm so terrible. November 2nd, dude. That's my son's birthday.
Is it really? That's awesome.
Or
That's right.
am I being oh no, November 3rd. God, my brain is getting really, really bad. He's November 3rd.
Okay.
Both my agent Peter and my son Paul, Peter and Paul, are born on November 3rd. So you're November 2nd. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Guess what? Your birthday, Michael, is the same day as Whit Hertford, the little dream child boy,
Oh,
the
really?
little
Okay.
demon boy. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
he
cool. That's
he's the
cool.
second as well. So
That's
anyway,
cool. Yeah.
And
um,
Nightmare on Elm Street 5 tie-ins right there. It just keeps
right?
going.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
these tie-ins, but you guys are going to have a blast. That sounds like a lot of fun. I just wanted to comment, say something on the comments here. Facebook user that said, "Hi B, you plan on making me some kind of art piece." I have a feeling I know who you are, but I'm not really sure because it just says Facebook user. So you guys, if you see it just says Facebook user, we don't know who you are. We do not know who you are. A lot of people are asking about Michael about your wedding plans.
Yes.
That's coming
Yes, it's
along well. Yeah.
April 28th. It's at Sassafras Winery in Arkansas, Springdale, Arkansas. So show up if you want to
You're
stop
gonna
by.
have like 5,000 people there.
Yeah, no, we have about 300 or 400 going to show up. We'll see. Some press is going to be there. People from around the world are coming. That it's funny, when you live a life, and I got a group of people when I was in the military. I'm gonna have a table for that, or a group for that. I'll have a group of the people I played football with, in college and professionally, and then I'll have my Hollywood group, and then I'll have my tech group, and then my family.
Family, right.
Yeah, so, and then her family is coming, and then there's some local press that want to come and do some stuff. So it's on a Sunday. The night before, we're gonna have a huge barbecue and just kind of a good old time. So yeah.
And make sure you have, spring for a videographer. That was the one thing I regret on my wedding. We had a beautiful Manhattan, New York wedding, 26 years ago. And we had a horse and buggy take us away. We were married in Bryant Park. It was beautiful, beautiful. But the one area I cheaped out was we didn't get anyone to videotape. And it's not necessarily even the wedding itself, which may, it's kind of a sacred moment. Maybe you don't really want it videotaped, or you do. But the most important thing that I regret is that, as you were saying, Michael, it's the one time in our life that you get all the people that matter the most to you from all these different areas of your life coming together, and sometimes even family that you never see together except for this occasion.
Yeah.
And I wish to the heavens that I don't have very many regrets in life at all. But the one thing I regret was not having a videotape, because a lot of the people are now dead 26 years later,
Yeah.
older family members and such. And just even to have them, like have the videographer come by and say something or have them come to each table and have people give you greetings, like that would be a treasure to have those people and their messages, for life.
Well,
Anyways,
for my so this is both of our second times around. So and I want to make sure that I do this one really well, and it's going to be my last, and it's the one forever. I'm ride or die to the end of this one, and she's a perfect, incredible woman. And so for the engagement, or for the proposal, I flew in my photographer that I use for Hollywood, her and her friend who's a videographer. So they videoed the whole situation. Same exact people are going to come for the wedding. So yeah,
that's perfect. That's gonna be
we
great.
got that planned. It's not cheap, but it's
Yeah.
well worth it. So yeah, for sure. So,
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be good.
Oh, very
My
cool.
mom's all ready to go. I'm so glad she's going to be helping me, because she is an awesome like organizer. She comes
Yeah,
up with great ideas. She always did these kind of things when we were kids, so she's used to this kind of organizing. So having her while I'm on the road teaming up with me to get it done, I know we're going to have something really cool for the weekend that you come, Mike. And I didn't mean to change the subject, because I'm so excited about your
no,
wedding.
it's all good. No,
And
talk
it's
about it.
something that, well, you invited me to your wedding, and it's such a big deal. And I got to say, meeting you and Paige in person, I just had a great time that weekend, getting to know you guys even better. Great. And we've been talking since about getting together and doing, me coming and visiting you, or or doing
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
This weekend kind of works out perfect, I think, for both of us. Right before Halloween, get to spend more time with you and Paige.
Yeah.
Come have a fun weekend with your family, a little bit of my family, and then the wedding's not far away. You think 2024 April? It's
gonna
about
creep
6
up
It's
months
gonna
quick.
come
away,
Yeah.
fast.
man.
No, it's
Yeah.
gonna come very fast. Very,
Yeah.
very
You
fast.
and when you start getting into all that messy business of the seating plans and such, I guess you're gonna have a doomsday Krypt table. Woohoo!
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
That'd be
So we can
good.
all sit together.
Be good. And it's crazy. I've invited people that have made an impact on my life, throughout my life. So there are actors that I've invited that have been impactful in my life. There are friends of mine that have done that. And yeah, it's been good. Like people like Howard Berger, from KMB, invited him. Just people that yeah, pretty cool. I'm a little emotional today because my father has he's 85. My mom's 85. My dad's gonna be 86 here shortly. Beautiful people, still got great minds, but he just got diagnosed with bladder cancer. So that's gonna be a battle.
Oh,
So I was talking to him.
sorry.
Anyway, so but blessed that they're still going 90 miles an hour. But anyway, the family, like you said, family's important. It's the most important thing, no matter what. And I wanted to invite people that made an impact on my life, and you guys have, of course, and there's other as well, just people that I've met throughout either my travels and things like that. Just I've went, wow, you're just a great person, and so I've invited them. Yeah, it's funny.
Michael, has your father met Paige?
Yeah, yes,
Perfect.
twice, and so we're gonna go up and see him probably in November. He's going through chemo right now and radiation, and that's his shot to try to get this done. So we'll see what happens. So, but probably in November timeframe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we obviously all send our love and prayers,
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
and hope to heavens that he's able to be there. But try to remember, really, just hold it in your heart when you see him in November, and just also remember that he did get to meet her, and he sees how happy his son is, and he knows that you're getting married. And I think at least there's that. That's beautiful. Like again, we all pray and hopefully he will be there. But in case he isn't,
Yeah.
just to know that he knows that this is going to happen. So that's really good, because my grandfather in-law, Bruce's grandfather, was there for our wedding, but he wasn't there for any of his great grandchildren's birth.
Yeah.
But he died while both me and my sister-in-law were pregnant. So he knew, at least he didn't get to meet the grandkids, but he got to go out knowing that the family was going to continue on, and that the happiness was coming to the family. So I want to offer that to you, to hold that in your heart, that, but hopefully you won't have to, but
Well, he's a tough guy.
He is a tough guy. So
look at that. I mean,
he's done some cool.
He's a tough dude. Yeah, I mean, I haven't met him, but I just kind of know it's just tough in the family with that.
Well, the thing is, my mom's my mom. He's not biologically not. But he raised me when I was a year old and on. I didn't know I didn't know anybody else. So he's my father.
Yeah.
And this is back in. I was born in 57, so by 58. Back in the day, you had that stigma of a quote ready-made family, right? My mom was just it was me and her, right?
Right.
My biological dude was a nutball and tried to kill her and tried to kill me and threatened all this stuff. And so she, got out and went to my grandma and grandpa's, which my grandpa was named Bailey, and that's what my middle name comes from. Because my grandma and grandpa, they helped raise me, and then my mom met my dad, and that's all I've ever known. And he accepted me. And so that's, to me, is incredible. He is, I told him that, like last week, I said, you didn't have to love me, but you did. A lot of people, have a tough time, but he did. So anyway.
Well, I know for a fact, even though it's not genetics, because I'm in the same situation, kind of reversed, because I got my son.
Yeah.
he takes a lot after me, and he's not even blood. Like,
Oh, I agree. There's that's my dad that's taught me. I still use today. Like, for instance, this is a really funny story. I just got out of the military. I was an 82nd Airborne, paratrooper, badass guy, all over the world, doing all this craziness. And I get home in South Dakota, where my dad's stationed and still in the Air Force at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. And I go to the house, and I had about 2 months before I had to go off to college to go play football. And so I stayed home. I was going to train and whatever. And he goes, "Well, you're just not going to sit around. You need to go get a job." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, go down to the end of the hill. There's a warehouse. Go to ask for a job. Well, how do you know they're hiring? I don't know if they're hiring. Just go down and ask them. So, okay. So I got in my car, drove down there, and asked the guy, "Hey, you guys hiring?" He goes, "Nah, we're not hiring." All right. Got in the car, drove back, told my dad. 2 days later, go down and ask the guy in the warehouse if you're going to ask for, for a job again. And the guy's going, I go, "Dad, I just asked him 2 days ago." And he goes, "Go down there and ask him." Went down there, and I walk in the door, and I said, "Hey, you guys hiring?" And he goes, "Dude, I just told you 2 days ago, no, we're not hiring." I'm like, I know. Okay. Got in the car, drove back, told him. Now we're talking like another 3 days later. Go down and ask him again. "Dad, what are you doing?" "No, it's so really bad." So I go down the car, drive down there. Right when I walk in, he goes, "What the hell? I told you we're not hiring." And right when he finished saying that, this guy walks out from the back, goes, "Hey, Jim just quit. We need somebody." He goes, "You want a job?" So that lesson I've stuck with me the whole time. Just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And it paid off as an actor, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
I've told my kids the same exact thing. Like when my older son went in the military, he didn't have a Ranger contract. And so when he got basic training, I told him, I said, when you get into basic training, 2 things you remember. Everybody in the military, most people are going to do enough just to get by. And that's just like in life. You do enough time, they're just going to get a C in life. And I repeated this many times to a lot of people. I said, but if you do a little bit more, doesn't mean you have to kiss ass. Just do a little more, you work to get a B or an A in life. And you won't believe the things that are happening. The second thing, I'll find a Ranger recruiter. And he did. And he through basic training, the drill sergeants go, "Quit asking me about the Ranger recruiters. Nobody here." So he got to advanced training and asked somebody, he goes, "Yeah." Introduced me to Ranger recruiter, got his contract, went to Ranger school, ended up being the 75th Ranger Regiment, special operations, the whole situation. And he graduated top of his class and everything that he did. So just what my dad told me, is paid off with my kids, and my younger son's the same way. So, that's really all you can do in life is, leave a legacy with your kids, right? Or the people that you meet.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't have kids, so with your family. So anyway, okay, I'll stop talking.
Oh, no.
It's all about you tonight.
Yeah,
so
dude.
We want you to talk. I love these stories that you tell. I mean, you're a big, strong dude. You're ex-professional football player. Unfortunately, injury stopped. It's like your story. It was tough when your knee went out.
Yeah.
And then you pushed into acting, and you've made such a great career and made so many memories and stories. And you're such a nice guy and a caring, like you're such a family-oriented guy. Has it always been like that for you, or do you feel like you hit a certain point and then it hit you a little harder? Like I know it did for me.
As towards, what do you mean?
As for like, were you always core family? Like you always?
Yeah. Always, I mean, even as an actor, right? Trust me, if I didn't choose to get married or want to have a family, right, I would probably still be working as an actor. I've been around the world doing movies all over the place and doing all these things like this. But I purposely, I wanted to get married. I wanted to have a family. And there were times when, especially when my sons were getting into the teenage years, it's really time for dad to kind of step in and, show them like what my dad did. And so I chose to kind of stay around Hollywood as much as possible and not go off and do a movie for 3 months in Bangkok or wherever. Right. So that's what I did and it paid off because I think I had a big effect on my son's lives. So, yeah.
Absolutely. They sound like they're all doing amazing. I know how proud you are of your sons and the stories you tell. I mean, who wouldn't be proud of their son?
Yeah. It's been good stuff. It's been good stuff.
And that was
And
my choice. That was same for me,
Yeah.
when I decided to have kids, I quit acting. I mean, there are people that can do both, but I was raised with a working mom who was never around, and I was like, "You know what? A, I waited very late in life to have kids, and B, I didn't want them to have the kind of childhood I had. I mean, there were wonderful things about my childhood, but I wanted them to have a mom home.
Yeah.
So
That's important.
I quit acting and devoted myself to the kids, and I created a job by opening a studio, um, you know, in my home that I could work. I could work with it, um, work from home and be, still at home for my kids. And I got involved in PTA and did all that stuff, and I don't regret it at all. It was the right call, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
family.
I have to tell you, I did 3 movies back to back, and this was in early 2000s. I was gone for 6 months straight. And I was home maybe a day. I remember coming back from that, and my older son, when I went and walked in the door, he didn't know who I was. He did not know. He was a little afraid. And I'm like, and that really hurt me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I
Yeah.
doing?
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that bothered me. So
Yeah.
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 and Beatrice, your sons have turned out great. They're thriving and doing their own thing now. They just got great
Yeah,
jobs. I
they've
think both of them,
flown
right?
the coop. Yes, they've flown the coop. But
They
it's,
have.
you know,
Oh, you did your
but it's
job well.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I tried hard, and it was, it was a choice. It was absolutely a choice. And, I mean, I left my career when it was at its height. That's where Michael and I are total opposites in terms of he started with Elm Street. I ended with Elm Street, the same one. That was the end of my career. That was the beginning of his career. So, it was kind of interesting. And now we're both back at it. So, or both
Yeah.
there, now
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
meet
Yeah.
again, but it's
Yeah.
very, very cool.
Cool.
Well, I think it's great that you guys have become, at least friends, gotten to meet each other and know each other and be able to, especially when we did the 34-year
Oh,
anniversary.
wasn't
That
it
was a
fun?
lot
Yeah.
of fun. And, it's always fun to see Mike with Joe because they still have this chemistry from being on set 34 years later. It's great watching them two together. It's hilarious. You
And I
guys
got to tell
don't miss
you,
a beat.
Joe Seeley, I don't think anybody else is watching anyway, so don't tell anyone else. No, but from the cast of 5, I love doing shows with him. I love traveling with him because he's super easygoing, super chill. I think Michael's that way, so am I. Like we're very low maintenance, easy.
Yeah. 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 Agreed.
So we're
like
fun.
I have that photo he sent me is incredible. Have you seen that, John?
Yeah, I actually put it. I think I put it on something our last stream where you're all ripped out.
Yeah, we're both
next to him.
posing. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was a
great.
great photo with the Freddy makeup on too.
Yeah,
that's what adds to it.
Can I show that? I don't know if I can show that. Share my screen.
I got it somewhere. I got it. I'm like you. I got it on my phone. If I could find my phone, wait, I might have it right here. Yeah.
Can you see this? Let me.
I think. Let me. I'll pull it up.
Can you see this one right here?
Yeah,
see that
the
photo?
one that Joe had where you guys are flexing. Is that the one you're looking for?
I
got it on my phone. I'll get it
Right
over there. I just gotta find it real quick.
Guys, while you're looking for that, I'm gonna have to sign out. It's 8:30. It was a last minute addition. John told me about it just when I finished my class, so I wanted to pop on and say hello.
Well,
He's
thank
got
you,
the photo
Beatrice.
ready.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was great seeing you, and we'll have great shows this month. We're all very busy with shows.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
John will talk more about that, and have a great time at the, what is it called again?
It's the Peculiar Harvest Moon Festival. It's in Peculiar, Missouri. I'm also trying to plan something out on Sunday in Harrisonville as well.
Mm.
So we're gonna do
that's
some
gonna be
stuff
fun.
in the local areas, and we'll keep everybody updated on that part. Me and Michael talk a little bit more about it. I know he's been a busy man. Just got home yesterday, I believe, from traveling. So I'm not going to keep him on too long. We'll brush over the Peculiar Harvest Moon Festival, and I'll show this picture too that I'm pulling up.
Okay. All right. But lots of love to you guys. Take
Love
care.
you. See you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. John, do you see this photo? I think I'm sharing it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I was looking for the same one. Here we go,
Yeah,
guys.
so
This photo.
That's in the makeup trailer. So
That's so cool.
look at
That's such an iconic photo, man.
Look at the pants I'm wearing. This is back in the 89 or 90 when you wear those like balloon pants, like workout pants. These are like
MC Hammer pants.
What the hell? So anyway, there's one show I want to.
Yeah, you could if you pop it up, I'll pull it up on screen for you. Yeah, that's such a great photo, and especially being in the Freddy makeup. I'm sure you didn't even think of it. Then you said you don't even remember the picture, or do you remember it now that you see it?
This one I want to show here. Do you see that here?
Here we go. I'm going to pull this one up on the big screen. So
do you see this one?
Yep.
That's from Hills of Ice too.
Yeah, I love what you did in both movies. If you haven't seen the remakes to Hills Have Eyes 1 and 2, I believe they're on Max right now.
Yeah. But this is right here where she reaches down and sticks her finger in my head and turns me off.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, got it. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool shot.
You want to explain the scene to everybody?
Yeah, this is at the end in Hills of Ice 2, where I play Hades, and I throw up against the wall, and there's no, just me. I have her by the neck, but how I have it though is she holds onto my arm, and I pick her up, and then she reaches down, and I have a hole in my head, and right there you can see, and she sticks her finger into my brain, and it kind of clicks me off. Then I fall on my back. So pretty cool.
That just seemed like in both films, what an experience for you.
Yeah,
I mean, those were some great roles, and just the looks in general were so badass, man.
Yeah. Well, that was funny because I did Hills of Ice, the first one. I did a pretty good job, I guess, and then they wanted me back, and they wanted me to play this big badass guy. So anyway, I thought it was pretty cool,
man. Yeah, you pulled it off, man. Like I said in the first one, that fight with Pluto at the end, man, that's one of the best. Like where it's scenes can come out really cheesy, especially in horror. And you guys pulled it off so well in the Hills Have Eyes remake. Yeah. You guys did the action scenes. Can I show both movies so well.
Can I show you something else here?
Anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this here for a second. Let me share my screen. Share my screen share, window. Now don't laugh, but I was Mr. Clean. So
I can't picture you as Mr. Clean, Lex Luthor. I couldn't imagine that either.
This is actually I just got done with the first Hills Have Eyes. And this is when I got done filming a movie called with Jean-Claude Van Damme called In Hell. And I just got off the plane, and I'm heading home, and my manager goes, "Hi, I know you just got off the plane, but I have an audition for you." I'm like, "Okay, I'm kind of jet lagged. They don't care. They just want to see you." So I went home. I found I wore a white T-shirt and a pair of jeans or something light, and I walked in, and they say, "Hey, cross your arms and stick your thumb up and say, 'Keeping it clean with Mr. Clean.'" And that's what I did.
Definitely were made for that role.
So I did this. This is in the Daytona 500 down on the pit.
That's awesome.
I mean, how iconic is that? I got to meet Richard Petty and all that. So this is,
I'm guessing Earnhardt at the time and everything too.
Yeah. So this is the car that did Mr. Clean car, and I got to be down the pit and stop the car with that flag thing. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, you've had so many cool experiences. Every time I have you, it's always like I tell you all the time. It's always something really new and cool. In the one picture, you kind of looked like, remember John Cena / Jean-Claude Van Damme when you had the hair.
Yeah.
You were the original John Cena, for sure.
I'm going to bring you, I'm going to show you something. This is pretty cool. This is my, are you ready for this one? And try to guess who this person is. Who's that out of focus? Who's this guy right here? Out of focus.
It's not Steve Austin, is it?
No. He was the governor of Minnesota.
Oh, Jesse Ventura. That's awesome.
This is when I had hair, and I had a goatee. We were the Butler brothers in the TV show called Renegade.
I remember Renegade.
Yeah, it was my first. It was my first episodic. So I played a Butler brother, and Yes, the dialogue was not very good. It was like, yeah, we go back there and we're definitely going to stir up some major badness. I'm like thinking in my head, really? Major badness? We're going to stir up some major badness? So it's pretty funny. So
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be tough as an actor when you look at a line and you know you got to do it. And it's like, yeah, there's just no way to make this cool, but I'll do what I can.
Let me see if I can find something else for you that's kind of interesting. Oh, you'll like this one. It's not very good. Let me see if I can get this one. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let me try this one. Hold on. You'll like this one. Me and Robert England.
You and Robert, huh?
Yeah, so this was in the when I won the award, the Fuse Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. So, and I come up to him, and even during my speech, I gave him big kudos for being so gracious and nice to me. Because if it wasn't for him, I probably would have never been an actor. So,
really,
he was super cool. Yeah, he got me he took me in the trailer. You know, in his trailer, we sat down, we talked about Super Freddy or Freddy Krueger. He just, just got to know who I was as a person. He told me about himself a little bit. And then he said, yeah, you're going to wear my prosthetics.
Tips?
What?
Did you go over like what you were going to do? Like,
yeah, a little bit. He wanted me to do my own thing, of course. But yeah, that's kind of what it was. Yeah, it was.
Well, it was your voice too. A lot of people, I don't think, know that.
It was a tweaked voice, but yeah.
It was tweaked, but it was still you. It was still you. You pull out that line. I've heard you do it.
Yeah, and here's I got another one for you. So this is I like showing these little photos for you. Someone's cool. You'll like this one. This is a good kids film. This is from what movie is that from?
All right. Oh, that's Jeff Daniels. Not Arachnophobia, is it? No, it's not Arachnophobia. Can't. Oh, that should be on. What movie is that? Oh, all right. Jeff Daniels. You always throw me off when you have hair. It's like a totally different look on you. I'm like, oh, John Cena and Jeff Daniels.
No. This is a movie called My Favorite Martian.
Oh, okay.
And then Daryl Hannah turns into this big, huge monster, and then she chases me up the stairs and she eats me. So
I'm not sure. I know I remember it because it came out. Like, wasn't that around when Bewitched came out? Like a lot.
Yeah, I think it was about that time. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out. I think I've seen it because I'm a big Jeff Daniels fan.
Yeah, so not too bad. Let me stop this one. This is kind of cool playing show and tell here.
Well, it's great because you've been in so many different things. It's always cool to see the new ones that I didn't even realize.
And here's something here too. It's kind of cool. It's sad, but cool. This was during the screening of Hills Have Eyes. It's Wes Craven.
Wow.
So me and him
were. Is that like 90?
No, it's 2007, 2006, okay. 2007, 2006. So it was funny because I was at the screening. We had a screening. I forgot. It was at the Cinerama Dome in Hollywood. And I was there, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, Michael, great job in Hills of Eyes. You did phenomenal as Pluto." I said, "Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it." I said, "And by the way, I did another film for you." He goes, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. I played Super Freddy. He goes, "Oh my gosh." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right." So it was kind of cool. So
that is awesome.
We had a nice conversation. Yeah, great guy.
I'm sure. I've always heard. It's such a shame he went way too soon.
Yeah, good guy.
Him and John Carpenter. It's so hard to choose between the two with all the amazing horror that they've. You gotta love them. With those two right there, the 80s wouldn't have been the 80s for sure, and even in the 90s.
Okay, you ready for another one?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Everybody's loving show and tell.
Who's this?
Oh,
who is that?
Oh, what's that? I was just watching Steve Urkel.
That's right.
Family Matters.
I played a character named.
Was that the Pool Hall Hustle one?
Yeah, so he turns into Bruce Lee, and then his neighbor, the other guy, Winslow, he turns into they both turn to Bruce Lee's, and so yeah, I play the lead gang.
I actually
Gang leader on
remember that episode. I did watch. Because back in the day there was only so many shows to watch, and if Family Matters was on, I was watching it, and
Yeah.
we watched Perfect Strangers, which that show was a spin-off from as kids. So all these shows like this one, I remember the episode.
Yeah, this is great because I had this tattoo on my face, and it's really weird when you have it. I don't have any tattoos, but I've been sleeved and everything, right? And it's pretty funny when you have people will pull their kids away from you, like especially when they're on your face and you're walking down, the grocery store. It's just really funny, especially I have a snake, and it was really, really cool, interesting on that one. That was a fun show. He was good. He punched me in the balls though, so that was not good.
By accident, I hope.
Yeah, of course. All right, so here is I don't know what. Do one more. I'll do a couple more here. This one. Oh shoot, sorry. Yeah, do this one. Here we go. This one you like. I think it's been interesting. Share window. So you see that one?
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
What are you playing? Some polo or something?
Oh, what?
Some polo or something? You playing polo? You going out for that?
No. It's
a match.
Remember the Air Bud movies?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is the same production company. It was called Spy Mate. It had
with
Emma.
The chimpanzee.
It had Emma. Yeah, and it had Emma Roberts in it. And when he's a little kid, and so Richard Kind was my boss, and so I played the evil henchman named Hugo that went around. We shot in.
I didn't realize it was you. Now that I'm seeing it, because I watch a lot of these movies, especially in the field that I do. We watch they love dogs or in movies with animals in it, so we watch a lot of those.
Yeah.
So we've seen this one.
So we shot that in Vancouver. We shot it in San Diego, and we shot it in Jamaica. Jamaica was crazy. So
I've been to Jamaica. I love Jamaica. Devante, my kid, he's Jamaican. He was born in Jamaica.
Okay. Yeah.
He lived there for a while. Yeah.
So it's funny. They have when you work with a chimpanzee, first of all, they're not apes. They're chimpanzees. The handler will correct you immediately. And they're like, as little babies, they're 10 times stronger than a human. And the handler, if you watch the movie, he's in like 3 different or 4 different characters he plays because he has to be right there on the set when he engages with you. That dude is strong. There's one time where he shot like this gun that goes up in the ceiling, and he uses like just a finger, holds himself up and drags him up. So, but he and I, the chimpanzee respected me because of my size. But if you are a smaller human being, either a man or a woman, they will try to dominate you. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when there was all those shows with the chimpanzees and it was all cute. It's like, yeah, they're cute for about a year or two, but after that, they want to tear your face off.
Yeah.
Especially the males. And they get older. I've heard too many horror stories where I used to, as a kid, I probably would have run up to one where now don't bring it near me. I don't care if you say it's nice. Those things, like you said, even as an infant, they're stronger than an adult.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You get them that big, and they are mean. I've seen them in the wild. I've watched too much of those wildlife things, and it's like, nope, no chimpanzees, no lions. Here we go.
What is this one?
What is this one? I know it's like one of the Law and Orders, right? Or it's not
kinda.
Not SVU.
No.
Blue Blood? Not Blue.
No. It's called Southland.
Southland.
So Southland, and so I played this character who was trying to I was trying to beat up and kill my wife, and she shoots me in the leg and stops me from doing it, but I go to prison anyway. And then I get out, and so my homage to her is a tattoo of image of her on my chest. And so then I go to the precinct and I go, Officer Chang, I said, I want to show you something, she's going, yeah, Bobby, and then I go and I pull out this big shirt and I'm all happy, and it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny scene. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Was it, because I haven't seen the episode, was it really like she was kind of like in the scene, she was freaked out that you were crazy in that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's good.
She's
She's super nice. Yeah. Super nice lady. Yeah. Super nice lady. I enjoy it when you're a fan of someone and you get to meet them and they're just as great as you thought they were. I love that. There's other things that where there's people that you're big fans of, and then you meet them and you go, God, that guy's kind of like a jerk, an asshole. And so, yeah. I'm going to show you one more. Now, don't laugh at me, okay?
I could never laugh at you, my
friend.
Yeah,
you can. So here we go. Don't laugh. This is my first headshot. Oh, okay. Hold on. This is my second headshot.
Look at that. Look at you, man.
So I was 34 there. 34. I started acting when I was 34. I look like I'm 18.
You do? I was going to ask, was this like right out of high school?
No, I'm 34 there. So, and look at the jacket, like turned up.
Well, you got the collar up. Yeah, it's a bad mofo,
Yeah. So,
but that was the style of that back then.
Yeah, and then in the 90s, and then.
Believe me, I've had my parents got pictures of me in bell bottoms as a kid, sporting some serious plaid, ready to disco or whatever, all through the 80s and 90s styles. And you know how the 80s were. Those were rough years for
this is
flashback looks.
No, that's the first headshot there. So
that's a good one.
This is right out of I finished with the Dallas Cowboys. My hair is kind of blonde. I'm in San Diego on the beach. And spending all my money on drinking and women. So,
well, exactly what you should do at that age. Get it out of your system, right?
No. So anyway, that was fun. That was a good show and tell. There's more, but I got a whole list of them, but it's craziness. So good stuff.
Let's see. All of the chat. Yeah, I'm going to be working on a lot of things. It's been so crazy busy. I mean, like after Scarefest, I'm going to take it easy. Then I found about this and then I got all excited. So we're ready to, I'm excited for this. So after our Peculiar Harvest Moon Festival, after that weekend's over, we got those little things that we got to work on and tweak, with the programming, and the store's going to be opening. So we got a lot of plans after all this fun we're having for the Halloween season. So big picture, but we will. Cool. Yeah, I had the mullet. Yes, I sported the mullet back in the day. Business in the front, party in the back.
My younger son just got a mullet, so.
Well, it's coming back, especially athletes like to have the mullets. It's just it's a distinguishing look.
Yeah, pretty cool. So, yeah,
it's definitely something, but it's coming back. Hey, at least maybe now I can show some pictures from back in the 80s and early 90s.
My son, my younger son lives in Dallas, and he's got a Chrysler 300 with a pair of Longhorns on the front that he bought, and there's on the hood. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy just does things that he's his own kind of guy.
He's
really great football player, super talented, super fast. In high school, he went to a Dallas Cowboy camp, and guess what? Just to work out. Guess what shirt he wore? A Las Vegas Raiders shirt.
Oh.
I'm like, really, dude? At the camp at a Dallas Cowboy?
You love him. You're proud of him, but it doesn't make you not do one of these once in a while.
Yeah, you want to do that. Like, what are you doing?
What were you thinking? You're a smart guy. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Hey, but at least he stayed loyal to who he loves, I guess. So.
Yeah, and you gotta give him some for that. That's for sure.
Definitely not scared. I mean, most people would probably say this is just a bad idea. There's a bunch of big tough dudes. I might be a big tough dude. You're something, not me. But there's a lot of them that might not be too thrilled.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're a tough mofo.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's like 6'5", 240. Good guy. He got hurt in college football, so he's not playing. He's thinking about playing again, but we'll see what happens. Health is important. Yeah.
Well, he's just like his dad. I'm sure he's gonna if he can't get back on the field in one way, it isn't gonna slow him down from knocking on that next door and breaking it open.
Yeah.
So.
I miss playing sometimes. I miss being able to hit the crap out of somebody and getting away with it. I miss that. I miss the camaraderie. I miss being, really physical. I miss all those things.
I was never pro athlete, but I do miss the days of playing hockey as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Street hockey. And I took it for granted as a kid. I mean, I wish I worked harder at it, but it was just, I was an ADD kind of kid. I don't like to diagnose myself, but I could always, there's always something else I was getting my hands to, and focusing on one thing just wasn't very much my style. But I missed the days of playing street hockey, riding my bike. Those were fun days, even if it wasn't on a pro level, but just the competitiveness, I know what you're saying. And you were on a whole nother physical, professional level.
Well, I don't know. It's just, it's a lot of work and things like that. But the things that I did, there's no greater than anybody else that did. It just, you
miss it though, as an athlete or somebody who loves sports and loved to play it. Like now I'm here like, man, back in the day, I bet you I could learn to do it. Now it's like, man, I break my hip. I'm so watching. That's why I don't know how Tom Brady did it so long. It's like, if I throw a football once or twice now, that dude's slinging it 50 yards.
Well, I hate to say this, but probably the last week of November, I'm going to get one of my knees replaced. So,
oh no, they've come so far with it though. I bet you're going to feel so much better. I know a lot of people.
They're super bad. Yeah, it's super bad. Yeah,
it's scary doing it, but I'm telling you, it's come a long way. You'll be basically walking out of the hospital. That's how well it.
I know, that's what they say. Yeah, and it's all done by robotics. So
I've known a few people that have had it done, and as scary it is going in, and a lot of times like back or something, it's never the same. But with knees, these people rocking and rolling before you know it. So as scary as it is going in, I think you're going to be so happy after you have it done.
Yeah, I hope so.
You might get on the football field. You're still a big dude. Who knows?
No,
the Cowboys could use a little help, I hear.
No, that's cool. But it's life is. It's crazy, man. It's good. I posted something on Facebook about, just some of the main segments in my life, and just that, how you just really got to set a plan and go for it. It's funny. Every time I get in an Uber. Ubers are great. I get an Uber, and that for some reason it must be a prerequisite for an Uber driver to talk to you, right? They always got to talk to you and strike up a conversation. And everyone always either asks me, "You look familiar," or "Have we met before?" Or they ask me, what have I done? And sometimes, I've done a few things, whatever. What are you doing now? And it ends up being like I tell a bit about my history, and then they ask me why, how have you done all these things, and it's just about setting a plan, right? Just in working your ass off to get there. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm still doing that. I got my company I'm working on, trying to build. I got Paige's company we're working on building, and I'm writing, and I want to get this project off the ground. And so you got to have dreams. You got to have big goals, like what the things you're doing, it's just, you gotta be doing something.
Yeah. I mean, it's, how it is. You're always working for the next. I mean, you're a worker. You're always. You can't stay complacent. You always got to be taking steps forward. I mean, I don't know you for years, but I know that with you, it's just nothing's going to slow you down.
I think there might be
the same way too, here and there, but it's not going to stop you. You're just going to keep moving through it.
Yeah.
And you, like with the writing, and you got some scripts, I think you said, right?
I got one option. Yeah. With the writer strikes over. So, things are starting to heat up again. So it's just good. So I'm glad.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know how many plans you got. You've gone over, told us a few, with me when you've been on with Brett and stuff like that. And with the writing, your son's football, you got a lot you got on your plate. That's for sure. And it sounds like it's such a great adventure, though. You embrace this whole adventure, and you're able to do things.
Well, this weekend we're going to Niagara Falls. So, so my son's playing. My son's playing. They're playing University of Buffalo, in Buffalo, and so Friday we're flying out, and we're gonna fly into Buffalo, and then watch the game, and then on Sunday morning we're gonna head to Niagara Falls, and then our plane leaves in the afternoon, and so that's what we're gonna do. It's like a once in a lifetime experience to be able to go there, right? So you don't get to go there too often, and so it's.
And you're going with, with Paige. I mean, to be able to experience it together and do that together.
Well, she's getting worn out. She's getting tired. She's like, "Holy crap!"
You're wearing her down, huh?
Yeah, you get. I'm like, I'm a little tired, but you just got to keep going. And she's not.
But she's. And I think this is why she's gonna like the Peculiar Harvest Moon Festival, because she's a country girl. Like you said, you're a big city, not a big city, but she is a country girl. She grew up in Arkansas, and you see how it's a different life, and you've embraced it and love the way it is, especially at this point, and being able to spend it with her. So I can understand from her point where it's just such a different lifestyle that is not only physically on the go, but mentally it's draining. You've done that your whole life, traveling with football, whether it's for acting,
or for my work,
military.
For my work, I was doing 240,000 miles a year. 240,000 miles a year. I was flying to China probably 4 to 5 times a year, India probably 2 or 3 times, Europe 3 or 4 times, and then from Canada down to Mexico City. So it was crazy. I lived on a plane. It's funny, when the pandemic happened, American Airlines called me and asked me, "Why aren't you flying again?" I said, "Well, there's a pandemic happening." What was that question?
Oh, I was going to pull it up. I was letting you finish your thought. I didn't want to distract you. I know how it can get. But D. Nermy, I appreciate you being here.
So for the writer's strike, what's the T? So the writer's strike has come to conclusion, which is good. They settled on a deal, and the writers have pretty much gotten everything that they wanted, which is great. And then on the actors, they're in talks right now. So we'll see what happens. I suspect they're going to be coming to a deal pretty quickly. So normally when one
getting agreed, you expect the other to follow suit fairly quickly.
The big things are, were AI. The other thing was streaming for writers, the streaming portion, because when you're on a network series, or even like in a movie and things like that, if it does well, you do well, right? But not for streaming. Basically, it's one flat rate.
Even though different animal is so new. I mean, it's convenient for a lot of people, but I can understand the people who are working to make the things happen that aren't really getting the compensation that they put in. And I'm not talking about just the big star. There's, like you said, there's the writers, there's the people who put work in behind the scenes and do things that, for somebody else to be profiting off of them and making a ton of money. It's not very fair for the ones who worked really hard and maybe didn't, you always think everybody worked in a movie, they're millionaires, or, they got a ton of money. It's not the case. A lot of them are job to job, next acting gig to next acting gig, because it's work and they need a steady paycheck and flow.
And understand that, maybe over a course of actor's career, you do make millions, but the thing is, you pay your agent, you pay your manager, and you pay California taxes. And the cost of living in California, trust me, let's say that I was making 10 grand a week. I'll just say 10 grand. You're probably going to walk away with maybe 3,500 if you're lucky. That's with everybody else. And that's still, that's not bad. But in California, that's, and when you're not working constantly, as you're working actor, you're not always going from gig to gig. You got to make that 3,500 last.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Budgets. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, in California, The only thing you might be able to do for free anymore is go to the beach.
Yeah,
But
that's it. Even that, you got to pay for parking.
yeah,
Yeah. So I saw that one note. So, definitely AI. You got to be protective. They were even doing like for background actors. One of the things that studios wanted was if they film you as a background actor, they can use your image in perpetuity, like forever, just stick you anywhere in any movie forever. They're not going to ever pay you. And so that was like that. Hopefully that came to an end. So
yeah, that's a very tricky situation on that, and I could see them being very. I can't say because I don't know enough about it, but I could see sneaky things happening when you have so much that, and you even have it in your mind, and you say, don't worry, we ain't gonna do it,
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah,
So it's hopefully it got figured out where at least there's an agreement with it, and anybody's likeness or images being used or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the Screen Actors Guild is okay with some AI, but as long as they're getting paid for it, but not, but not what they're trying to do. Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna say parking. It's true. I've been there many times, but yeah, the one thing they can't. Well, that before, whenever they tried to do AI like of a character, they can never fake the eyes very well or the hair. Those are the two things they couldn't replicate very well. But now they're getting to the point where they can. It looks pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's come a long way. CGI. I mean, you thought, that's pretty cool, and some of it hasn't aged well as it's grown. I mean, you appreciate it, but where it is now, I mean, it's on a different level. It's just, I mean, the deep fake AI stuff is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's cool, but it's very scary. Let me put it that way, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, even like some of the first I did a video game, live action video game called Mech Warrior. Remember the Mech Warrior video games back in the day? So it was Mech Warrior 4. Now that was like, nowadays it's just so advanced with the graphics. It's incredible.
Technology is moving faster than humanity, I think, in a sense.
Well,
that's scary.
And that's kind of like the space I work in now. Is I work in the IoT world, where there's AI that's involved, and cybersecurity, and all these sensors, and everybody communicating via these sensors and data. And we're going to get to the point where we're going to get to like part where it's predictive analytics. What I mean by that is that your phone be talking to your car be talking to your house, or your, whatever, or talking.
I believe it already does, because I swear, you could be thinking something sometimes, and I swear it starts popping up.
Yep.
But I mean, I feel like, how the hell? I would okay.
But so
you're definitely following what I purchase, or if I,
Yeah, agreed. But see, your house is going to learn your behavior.
Yeah.
And it's going to predict what you need. And it's for the good, but you can always get it twisted and whatever, right? So,
well, you hope it's for the good, but there's always possibilities. You hope the right people are around it. That's all I can say. You hope for the best.
I mean, you can turn it into Skynet, right? And
right. I don't need the updated Arnold to be Michael Bailey Smith coming out, and I'm thinking I'm going to shake his hand, and he's a machine and tear me in half. I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. No, but the Internet of Things and AI is supposed to be helping humanity, not work against it. And so you have to have some stopgaps and some
fail safes. You do.
Yeah,
I mean, AI can be a scary thing, no matter what you say. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, when something starts thinking for itself, and you don't, and their logic and their reasoning isn't based on any emotions, it can be a scary, scary place. But you hope for the best. It can be great for humanity. It can help us evolve as humans, or it can be our downfall. We'll see. Yeah. We're not going to dive into that hole, but we all use technology. We all live on it right now. We wouldn't be here right now if it was.
I agree.
Back in the day, if it wasn't for the technology.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited about this weekend. We're going to keep you updated. It's going to be a busy October for us over here in Doomsday's Crypt. I know, Michael, you got a busy month as well, and I appreciate you coming out. And we're going to be talking about more things that we'll be working on behind the scenes, and we'll keep everybody updated as we go. Once again, thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Michael Bailey Smith, for everything. And
thank you. Hey, you know, idea here is that maybe you could live stream at the wedding.
I'm down. I'm down. As long as I can go and if you say, hey, John, I'll let you wear your Doomsday's Crypt shirt, you will put you in the back, but you got to live stream it. I'm just kidding. I would love to live stream for you.
You should do it. Well, I'll talk to Paige about it, but
it would be an honor.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do something.
The only problem is you know the swag too if he's there.
Yeah,
we're doing a live stream and the wedding vows go on. That man's got a voice on him. So you don't have to get a microphone that actually tones it down because do you what? No, I'm just kidding. I know Brett would be down. I know we'd all be down to sit down and do a live stream and bring that amazing. Anything you need from us, happy to do it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You. All right, so thank you guys, and we will see you soon. Me and Brett are on tomorrow. We got Shooting the Shiz with DK and the Swag at our usual time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Joe Souza coming on because me and Brett will both be at Monster Expo 3D, and we're going to be talking about that event that's coming up this 17th and 18th, I believe. It's either 14th or 15th or 17th. 14th and 15th. I lose track of dates. We'll be out there in Taunton, Massachusetts, and we're looking forward to talking to Joe Souza once again. Peace out, everybody. Thanks again, Michael Bailey Smith. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, John.
Until tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.